first date, cheap red wine on your couch. You said, write me something people still play in 100 years. I laughed, kissed your wrist, promised a symphony. You kept the ticket stub from that night in your wallet. I kept the promise in a drawer full of half-finished scores, years stacked up like unpaid bills. Every time I sat at the piano, you found another reason to leave the room. The week you got sick, I finally started writing page after page, while machines beeped your heartbeat in D minor. You slept through the first movement, never woke for the second. Tonight the hall is full, black ties and tears. They don't understand, they rise to their feet when the final chord collapses. I stand on stage holding silence like a wound, and there's your name on the program. Seat 1A, front row, center reserve. The single wire rose already wilting on the cushion there, clapping for the masterpiece. I'm staring at the only critic who mattered, and she isn't breathing. The conductor keeps motioning me to bow. I can't, because if I bend I'll break. I count the empty inches where your shoulders should be. The oboe solo, you would've squeezed my hand through the timpani hit. You would've flinched at every note I wrote was a letter. I was too scared to speak. Now the letters are perfect and you're gone. I titled it in case you come back. They printed in love and memory instead. Same thing, really. Standing ovation, roaring like the ocean. I keep waiting for you to stand up to shout that it's too loud, that you hate modern composes. Anything but the sea stays dark, the rose drops another petal, and the applause starts to sound like rain on a coffin. I left the last 8 measures unresolved. The reviewers call it brave, I call it honest. Because without you, nothing ever finishes, nothing ever lands, just keeps hanging in the air. Like the coal you never came back for, like the promise I kept too late. I'll keep you in a drawer, Nokia glow. Battery swollen but it barely holds. Screen cracked like the night you left. I still press one just to hear you breathe. Hey, it's me, I'm probably sleeping or lost in a book. Leave your heart after the beep, I'll call back when I wake up. I know every word, every pause, every laugh. I played it so long, it's burned in my past. 5 years, same ritual to 17 a.m. Thumb hovers, heart stutters, I call again. I don't leave messages anymore, just wait for your ghost to say my name like before. But tonight the line clicked, no greeting, no you. A man's voice, sleepy and new. Hello? And the world tilted slow. said, wrong number, man, soft, polite. I whisper sorry and killed the light. Your number lives in someone else's life. Yeah, he probably kisses the net I used to know, charges his phone where your lipstick stained the coat. Maybe he speed dials your mom on Sunday while I'm here speed dialing yesterday. I wonder if you told him that this was once your lifeline to me, or if numbers just flow like ash till somebody else catches the spark that we had. I should delete it, let it die, but deleting feels like killing you twice. So I sit in the dark, thumb on the screen, listening to nothing where you used to be. Yeah, tonight the line clicked. No greeting, no you, just a stranger living the life we drew. He said, who's this? I couldn't reply, I just heard you laughing somewhere behind his voice, like your ghost got married and never said goodbye. Your number found a happier life, take care of her, man. She hates horror movies and cold coffee. She dances barefoot when she thinks no one's watching. Tell her, no, never mind. She won't remember the sound of me anyway.
I spent 8 months on the floor with treats in my fist, teaching moves to carry that velvet box in his teeth. Every night after you fell asleep, I whispered, go give it to mama, and tried down the hall. You'd wake up laughing, ring box on the pillow, kiss his head, kiss my mouth, say you're both ridiculous. I thought if he asked you enough times, one morning you'd finally say yes. You packed on a Tuesday while I was at work, left the ring on the table, took the dog in the bed. I came home to one ball, one leash, one silence, and a note that said he deserves a yard, like I was a thing too small to keep. Now I'm watching late night TV with the sound off, and there's moose on the screen, older grayer in the muzzle, carrying a ring box across a football field. 50,000 people screaming while he drops it at her feet. She says yes, cameras flash, confetti falls. He gets a steak and a belly rub from a man who isn't me. Good boy, finally delivered, just not to the right girl. I wonder if you still call him most, or if he answers to something new. I wonder if he hesitates for half a second when your new guy says go give it to mama. Does he remember the apartment with the creaky floor where he learned love tasted like peanut butter and patience? I never taught him how to come home, I only taught him how to leave me, and he learned it perfect. They replay the clip every Valentine's, most romantic proposal of the year. I'm muted but I still hear the crowd, I still see his tail wag like nothing ever hurt. He drops a ring, licks the new guy's face while I sit here with the same empty hand that used to hold the tree that taught him how to ruin me forever. I lost 3 months of sleep, chasing perfect vows. 17 brows and windows glowing in the dark. Typed I love you in a stranger's alphabet. Mumbled them wrong into a phone held together by tape. Hit send at 4:02 a.m. with shaking thumbs. Subject line just said headphones please. You reply with one cracked heart emoji, then vanished before the final refrain. You told me you always dress feelings up in costumes. You never stand naked in a room and speak. I thought if I said it in languages you couldn't check, maybe the lie would finally sound like truth. Now it's topping shows from Tokyo to Buenos Aires. Couples sway to the ache I stitched together in 17 tongues I'll never own. And the mouth the world loves isn't mine. He sings Ashiteru, Ti amo, mahaba, like he was born inside those words. Every nightclub, every first dance, every proposal, real is dancing on the grave of the night I lost my mind. I saw the video in silent in some airport bar. He's wearing the gray hoodie, I forgot it's your place. You're in the shotgun seat, head thrown back laughing, while the bridge I slurred in drunk in Tagalog makes you lean over and kiss him at the red light. I handed him eternity in languages I looked up, and he spent it on a knee in front of you. You were right. I never said a real thing, I just dressed the wound in reverb in -7 so I wouldn't have to watch it bleed. Now strangers tattoo the lyrics on their ribs in scripts they can't read. And the only sentence I ever needed was my own cracked voice saying your name, with nothing hiding behind it. 17 countries humming my cowardice back to me in accents cleaner than I'll ever manage. They call it the love song of the generation. I still can't say I was wrong in the single language you waited for, while he cashes checks for the tears I left on a voice memo at dawn. If this naked version ever finds you, the one with the cough and the wrong stress on your name, the one that ends on a broken chord, no, that was the only time I ever spoke without a mask. Everything louder than this, all the platinum, all the lights, belongs to the man who figured out you don't need 17 ways to say forever. One honest I love you is enough to keep her. Doctors called it tetrachromacy in reverse. Said my calls only wake up when your frequency hits. The first time you laughed in my kitchen, the walls bled sudden vermilion. Your green hoodie turned actual green. I dropped the coffee mug just to watch the brown spread real across the floor. You thought I was clumsy, I was just seeing God for the first time. Every day was a new color unlocked. Your lipstick taught me red. Sunset on your shoulder taught me gold. I kept saying look at that sky. You thought I was romantic, I was just terrified the pigment would leave with you. Then you packed your reds and your golds in 2 suitcases, closed the door soft like you were trying not to wake me in a world snapped shut like a broken kaleidoscope. Gray on gray, psychiatrist says it's conversion
see clearly, and everything is ours. I tried dating after, took girls to the same rooftop, same sunset, still look like newspaper left in rain. One kissed me and that's why I was crying. I told her the sky was beautiful, she believed me, it wasn't. I buy paint like a junkie now, titanium, white, ivory, black paints, gray filled canvases the size of our old bed. Gallery calls them minimalist masterpieces, they sell for rent money. I signed them with the only color I remember, your name in the corner, scratched raw with a palette knife. They keep asking for a color piece, I tell them I'm waiting for the right muse. Truth is the waiting became the sentence, life in grayscale with one memory, an ultramarine burning a hole behind my eyes. So I paint the world the way it is without you, every shade of missing. Collectors say it feels like drowning in winter to write. I hang them in rooms full of people who still see red, and I stand in the middle, colorblind and homesick, for a country that only existed when your pulse was close enough to borrow. If you ever walk past one of my shows, look for the biggest canvas, all black except one violent streak of cobalt in the top left. That's the exact blue your eyes turned the last morning you said you loved me. I mix it fresh every time from memory, and it still hurts like the first day the world lost its only reason to bother with color.